Afreximbank President Benedict Oramah made a landmark announcement unveiling a substantial increase in funding for Africa's creative industries during his opening ceremony at the ongoing CANEX Weekend 2024 in Algiers, Algeria. Since the event's debut in 2020 with an initial $500 million, the funding has doubled to $1 billion in 2022 in response to growing demand. Yesterday, President Oramah confirmed a further expansion to $2 billion over the next 3 years. Arise correspondent Seyitan Atigarin has the details.
It's day one of Afreximbank's Creative African Nexus, CANEX, here in Algiers, Algeria. The day started off bright and early with CANEX's visual arts exhibition, its fashion exchange, film screenings, and the popular music factory. However, the series of events will kick off officially after today's opening ceremony later today, with an opening speech expected from His Excellency Professor Benedict Oramah, the President and Chairman, Board of Directors of Afreximbank.
Professor Oramah's first stop, however, was with the President of the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria, His Excellency Abdelmajid Tebboune. During their meeting, Oramah briefed the President on the objectives and significance of the event and highlighted the importance of Africa's creative and cultural industries as a major driver of economic growth and development. With visitors starting to troop in for CANEX Weekend, Nigeria's exhibition stand, adorned in the nation's green and white, stands out among other African countries, proudly promoting Nigerian culture. Under the Destination 2030 Nigeria campaign, an initiative led by the Ministry of Arts, Culture and Creative Economy under Honorable Hannatu Musawa.
It's very important for Nigeria to be represented here at CANEX Weekend 2024. Nigerians are literally everywhere, and our creativity and our culture are everywhere that you find us. Everywhere you encounter a Nigerian, you encounter our culture and our heritage. And it's important for us to showcase our arts, culture, and creativity on every global platform that we are able to. CANEX Weekend is a continental global platform. It's an international global platform. Afreximbank is a proud strategic partner of the Federal Ministry of Art, Culture, and the Creative Economy, and we felt that it was very essential for us to curate an exhibition showcasing as many subsectors of the creative economy as we possibly could. So here in our pavilion here today, we're Nigeria Everywhere experience at CANEX Weekend 2024. You will encounter our visual arts, literature, poetry, culinary delights, our fashion and beauty, our television, our cinema, animation. We did our very best to showcase as many aspects of the creative and cultural economy, as well as our crafts.
Recognizing the rising demand for funding across the continent's diverse creative industries, Professor Oramah, during his opening speech, confirmed Afreximbank's increased financing for the creative sector, raising the available funding to $2 billion over the next 3 years, among other commitments.
We've kept our promises to the industry. From $500 million committed to the sector when the CANEX Weekend debuted in 2020, we doubled the amount to $1 billion in 2022 as demand for funding grew. Today, I'm pleased to announce a further doubling of our creative industry finance window to $2 billion for the next 3 years. This will enable us to support significant infrastructure investments for film production, stadia, arenas, manufacturing facilities for fashion, and training centers.
The opening ceremony also featured figures from the worlds of visual art, music, and dance, such as King Madi from Nigeria and Ghetto Kids from Uganda, whose performances energized the crowd.
But God, I found you. And if I catch the plane, you don't catch you. I hope you gon' fly away today.
CANEX 2024 weekend is expected to serve as a critical platform for collaboration, investment, and growth in Africa's creative and cultural industries, making it one of Africa's most significant cultural and economic gatherings of the year, under the theme, One People, United in Culture, Creating for the World. From Algiers, Algeria, Seyitan Atigarin, Arise News.
Joining us now for updates on the ongoing CANEX Weekend 2024 in Algiers, Algeria, is Arise correspondent Seyitan Atigarin. Hello, Seyitan. It looks like you're having a great time at CANEX Weekend 2024. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Good morning, Ayo. Good morning, Rifai. Of course, good morning, Dr. Abati.
All right. Okay, straight to it. President Orama confirmed a further expansion to $2 billion over the next 3 years. What will this funding be used for exactly?
Well, this additional funding will drive major infrastructures in the creative sector. So we're talking about proper film production facilities, arenas. He even touched about stadiums and fashion manufacturing centers. It's interesting because when we had the press conference earlier in the day, they were keeping the amount a bit hush-hush, not trying to let the press know exactly what it was going to be. But that announcement was made at the opening ceremony. And as you can see, Afrexim Bank's commitment to the creative space in Africa, initially from $500 million to $1 billion and now $2 billion. He also spoke about a $500 million private equity film fund developed by Afrexim Bank's Fund for Export Development in Nigeria, as well as a venture capital fund to support riskier creative industry investments for those that can support the pillars of the CANEX program. And what's more interesting was, even after that event ended, in just a quick conversation that was had with him, he actually spoke about the fact that this idea had come from Magic Johnson and Boris Kodjoe. So he thanked them and spoke about how he cannot wait to see exactly how the creative space will tap into this $2 billion fund that has been set aside. You know the current exchange rate now, that's a lot of money.
Okay, Seyitan, it's good to see you in Algiers, from local to international. But tell us very briefly, what are the expectations from day 2 of the CANEX 2024 weekend? One culture, people united, diversity and all that. But I'm interested particularly in the CANEX Publishing Prize, which is the first time they are, mentioning it. And also there's something about CANEX music album, a 12-track, album. Any updates on those 2 issues? But what do we have today, day 2?
Okay, so for day 2, we are expecting opening remarks from the executive vice president, talking about Mrs. Kayano Awani. She's going to be addressing the audience here at CANEX Weekend 2024. And just to quickly touch on what you've mentioned, Dr. Abati, yes, last year there was the CANEX Publishing Prize for writers, and we had Chiamanda Adeche, who is a renowned writer out of Nigeria. And what they've said that is this year, those winners would be able to go to Ghana and partake in a workshop alongside her. And you can imagine, as a writer, a workshop alongside Chimamanda is a dream come true. But if we come back to the 3 powerful sessions that are happening today, the first one is United in Culture, Prosperity Through Shared Cultural Heritage. The next session will be Globalized Strategies for Disruption, Strengthening the Fashion and Textile Collectives in the Orange Economy, playing a critical role in boosting economy. And what's so exciting about that particular session is that the keynote speaker for that will be the Minister of Arts, Culture and Creative Economy. I'm talking about Honorable Minister Anatu Musawa. So I'm looking forward to hearing exactly what she's going to say. I know it's about Africa, but first off, we're looking to see how this is going to plug back into Nigeria. And then finally, as the foodie that I am, what I'm particularly excited about is the CANEX food market. There's going to be a gastronomy and a culinary display of different African flavors with chefs from different parts of Africa coming to share their different recipes. And trust me, Dr. Abati, I'm definitely going to be stopping by the CANEX food market to taste some of the food.
I wish I could join you in that food market, Shay. So having mentioned having leading figures from the world of visual art, cinema, film, all been on the ground, what are those performances like? You know, and if you can get some of the food down here to Seyitan, we'll love it.
Yeah, it's been fantastic, Rufai. Honestly, I wasn't sure what to expect at the beginning of the opening ceremony because I didn't recognize a lot of the artists. But what we're seeing is an avid representation of all the different countries. We had spoken word from an artist from Malawi. We had the Ghetto Kids. If you know the Ghetto Kids from Uganda, I'd actually seen them on my flights, about 10 of them, and they wowed the crowd. We had, you know, all the officials on their feet having a great time. We had King Madi from Nigeria and other artists from South Africa as well. But tonight is the CANEX Grand Mega Concert, where we're going to be having more artists from South Africa, Aria Star from Nigeria, and I'm just looking forward to it because one thing Afrexim Bank knows how to do, especially during the coverage of CANEX last year and this year, is they do know how to throw a good party.
Well, thank you very much, Seyitan Atigarin. We'll keep in touch with you as the event CANEX Weekend 2024 continues.